As far as TikTok is concerned, India had banned already 2 years ago. Why is it taking so long for the United States when everybody knows that this is a national security threat? And if anybody from the department have spoken with the Chinese Communist Party or Chinese leaders about this, and what's behind, there's a lobby or somebody is benefiting from this, and that's why they don't care about the national security issues in the U.S.?
So I will leave it to our partners in India to speak to their own efforts. But what I can say about the United States is that legislation is not the only sort of safeguard measure that we have when it comes to protecting things like our privacy and cybersecurity. I will just say when it comes to government devices and government assets, there has been a long-standing policy of the inability to use TikTok on those kinds of devices to ensure safety in the cybersecurity and tech space. So there's a number of things like that in place to make sure that we're protected. Olivia,
Second
go
question,
ahead.
sir.
I'm going to work the rumor, and then Olivia, and then we probably have to wrap.
Thank you. So there are reports that U.S. military personnel are expected to leave Chad in the coming days, possibly as soon as this weekend. Can you say whether there are any diplomatic efforts underway to stop that from happening? And then more broadly, is the department working at all on an urgent basis to quell what appears to be the swell of pro-Russian, anti-American sentiment coursing throughout significant counterterrorism partners?
Yeah, let me address that in two parts. So first, our military deployments anywhere around the world, they operate at the invitation and with the support and partnership of host nations. U.S. forces in Chad have supported regional and international counterterrorism operations against violent extremisms in the Sahel and the Lake Chad region for years now. We are in ongoing conversations with Chadian officials about our security partnership. Our understanding is that Chad is focused on preparing for its upcoming presidential elections on May 6th, and so we anticipate these consultations and the parameters and discussions around our security cooperation will continue and grow in the ensuing time after those presidential elections. And as it relates to your broader question, we have been clear that the U.S. has a deep commitment to expand our partnerships with between the United States and African countries, African institutions, and the people of Africa. This was a key pillar of the African Leader Summit that was held about a year and a half ago. One of the key things that we continue to remain focused on, especially in the West African and Sahel region, is a security partnership, a focus on counterterrorism. And again, our military deployments there are at the invitation and in the support and partnership of these host countries. And we're going to remain focused on working with additional partners, seeking out additional partnerships, and doing what we can to focus on these issues of security as well as overcoming economic and other development challenges as well.
Is there any redoubling or intensification of efforts, just given recent developments?
I don't have any specific engagements to read out. What I can say is that Deputy Secretary Campbell, I expect to travel to the region in the coming months, specifically in the context of Niger, to continue to have these kinds of conversations and to continue to strengthen our relationships there. All right. Thanks, everybody.